Hello, this is Faith at Faith and Books, and I'm going to do a review of Under the Lilacs, which is the last book in the Louisa May Alcott Reading Challenge for 2020, hashtag Louisa May 2020. That was hosted by Megan Hannett and Kate Howe, and I've participated since last November. What was the name of the biography? We read a biography of Louisa May's father and herself in November, for nonfiction November, and then we read Little Women in December, and then Little Men in January, Joe's Boys in February. Then we went to Eight Cousins, and then Rose and Bloom. I'm trying to remember what came next. Was it Work? No, that came later. I think it was Hospital Sketches about her. That was a nonfiction of her memoirs of working in a Civil War hospital in Washington, D.C. And then I think it was a, what was that called? A long something love story. Oh my gosh, I've got stink bugs again out on this porch. It's unseasonably warm. I'm seeing these bugs fly around. Ugh. Anyway, and then, let's see, A Long Fatal Love Chase. That's what it was. And then Work, A Story of Experience, which is really good. And then last month was An Old-Fashioned Girl. And the weird thing is that's the only one I can't really remember. I have to go back and look at my video. I don't remember that story. But this is the last one. It ends, I believe, this month, unless I'm really mistaken. And it was Under the Lilacs. I really enjoyed this story a lot. I must have read it before. I thought I had, because I remember it being in my parents' house when I was little. So it came back to me as I was reading it. I thought, oh, I know what's going to happen next. It started to come back. Anyway, totally charming. I think it's for a slightly younger audience than, say, Little Women. I could see reading this out loud to like first, second, third graders. But it's a really charming story about a little boy named Ben Brown. I guess he's about 12, so maybe not so little, who runs away from the circus. His father, for some reason, has gone off to wrangle Mustangs out west. And he's left, they'd worked in the circus, and he did tricks he had a trick poodle, a circus dog that was trained to do lots of tricks, named Sancho. And he and his father worked with horses in the circus. And he was quite the acrobat and gymnast. Anyway, his father leaves to, I guess, go get more money or something on this venture, and the circus woman who kind of looked after him dies in the meantime, and so he comes under the power of Mr. Smithers, can't remember his name, who was cruel to him and beat him. So he winds up running away, and he's a homeless, starving boy, and he takes up, well, this kind of spoilers. So he winds up living in this old coach, in this coach house of this boarded up kind of estate or farm, and he's discovered by these two little sisters, Babs and Betsy, and their mom, who's a kindly young widow, takes in Ben, and so anyway, it's about his adventures settling into this particular village or area, neighborhood, and all the people that are there. And there's this lovely young sort of, she takes care, she's more wealthy, and she takes care of proprietress, is that the word I want? Her name's Miss Celia, and she has a younger brother who's been ill, so she's looking after him. So it's just the story of this neighborhood. It's super cozy. The kids have so much fun playing. They go to a circus. They just do really lovely, bucolic things. They go nutting, and they put on a play, which is fun, and that happens a lot in Louisa May Alcott books, where they put on plays, and it's really funny. So it's just a really charming, a little bit didactic, but not as heavy-handed as some of her other books. So I found it really, really charming, and I would recommend it as a family read aloud. I think it would be really warm and cozy. And so that's the last one of the whole challenge, and I'm so grateful to Megan and Kate, because I'm really proud and glad that I read so much of Louisa May Alcott's works. I'd read some, but not much, and it really was an interesting glimpse into her and that time period. And I also really enjoyed reading Nathaniel Hawthorne along with Louisa May, because it made me interested in the Transcendentalists. I want to learn more about them. And for my 60th birthday in April, I was supposed to go up and visit Orchard House, where Louisa May Alcott lived, with her father Branson and her mother and sisters. And I was going to see Nathaniel Hawthorne's house too, because he lived next door to them for a while. And then Ralph Waldo Emerson lived right up there, and Thoreau. So I wanted to see all that, but I didn't get to because of COVID. But I'm still going to do it as soon as COVID gets better. I don't know, it might take another year, but I'm still determined to go up there and visit those places. So it was a really cozy thing. Louisa May Alcott, like I said, she gets a little bit didactic, a little bit preachy, and sometimes I would find that mildly irritating. And a couple of times it came out that she really, really didn't like Irish people, which that was a little irritating. But you can overlook those things. On the whole, I'm just really glad that I got to read so much of her work. I feel more educated, really. And I enjoyed it. It was nice to have that sort of comfort read every month. And that had me thinking, I wonder if anyone's going to do anything like this for 2021. Because I was sort of thinking it would be kind of neat, and I would want to do this with other people. But I have certain books that I want to reread. And in my head, I'm calling it Beloved Rereads. And once a month, I was going to try to reread a book that I haven't read in a while, and I've been wanting to reread for a while, and just invite people to read along with me. And I can think of 4 of them right off the top of my head, but other people could join in too. So, and if you were joining in, it wouldn't have to be a reread for you. It could be a first-time read. But if it's something that you really want to read again, it means you really loved it, beloved. And so I think it would be fun. It would be a great thing to chat about, maybe on Vox or whatever. So I don't know. Is that a good idea? I don't know. The 4 that I'm thinking of, and 2 of them I'm thinking more of because I've seen recent videos, but Christy at Dostoevsky in Space just read The Power and the Glory. I've been wanting to reread that for a million years. And Matthew at Mayberry Book Club just read The House of Seven Gables. I've been wanting to reread that one. And then 2 others that I really want to reread are The Precious Bane. And I thought of that because of something Rainy Day Reads said. That would be really good. I think she would really enjoy it if she hasn't read it before. Or it would be a good reread. And then the other one was Loris, which is, it just came out a few years ago, but it's like a Russian novel sort of written in the spirit of Dostoevsky. And I really, it knocked my socks off. And I really want to reread it to see if it's as good the second time. Anyway, so Under the Lilacs, I really enjoyed reading it, and I recommend it. It'd be a great family read aloud. I really enjoyed the Louisa May Alcott reading challenge for 2020, and I'm very grateful to BookTube for the opportunity to read Louisa May Alcott so deeply. So anyway, I think that's it for now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.